Bonsoir, bienvenue à Hanover. Good evening. My name is Emeline Domé. I'm the French teacher at Hanover High School.
Hi, my name is Cléa. I'm 16 and I come from France.
Hi, my name is Jade. I'm 16 and I also come from France.
Hello, my name is Edith. I come from France and I'm 16.
And good evening, I'm Gislain and I'm lucky enough to be their English teacher in France. So girls, if you remember a year ago, you were like 55 in our high school and who were willing to take part in this exchange, and now you were lucky enough to be picked in the draw. So what did you expect when you applied for this exchange? Whoever wants, you can talk, you just talk freely.
I was very exciting for discover the American life and how the students learn here. So yeah,
I think we wanted to know what are the main difference between France and America.
Yeah, I wanted to discover how is America.
And how, or why rather, are we, because I'm part of it, so fascinated by this country?
I think it's because it's very different than the France. The people live that.
So could you give some examples? Because I agree with you. There are so many differences between La Roche-sur-Yon and Hanover. But could you give some examples of those differences?
For example, the Americans eat all the time. They eat for the dinner and to 10 p.m. I don't know, every time. Yeah, every time.
And so how is it different from us? Because we do eat,
Yes.
we eat a lot.
We just eat on the morning, for the lunch, and on the evening. That's all.
Okay. And so any other difference for you girls?
There is a lot of difference. For example, in America, when you enter in a shop, everybody told you, hi, how are you? And in France, we just say hi. So it's a main difference.
Yeah, they seem to be more welcoming than we are.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with you. Anything for you, Edith? No, especially
At school, yeah, at school, for example,
yeah,
we talked about it.
At school we have the Americans are really freedom in class. He can talk or use her phone or eat
and go to the restrooms as well.
Yeah, in France we can.
And what is the relationship? We talked about that between the teacher and the students.
Here, the relation with students and teachers is more friendly. In France, you enter in the class, you sit down at your seat, and you just listen to the teacher. We don't really talk about what did you do the weekend, or what are you doing tonight. So.
And in terms of by watching your correspondent in your family, in terms of homework, activities the students have at school, do you think it's the same type of activity you have back to France?
Oh, no. In France, the sports is not with the school. Here, there is your school time, and after you have the time to play sports, like, I don't know, soccer or cross-country. But in France, we finish the school at 5 and we go outside for practice any sports or music.
Yeah. So it's not school-based. It's outside with our own clubs in our
Yes.
kind of cities, villages, depends on where we live. Clearly. And maybe regarding about the rhythm of the day, because did you see, is there a difference? Because you said that we finish at 5, but then what's another difference in the rhythm of the day in France, in our school, for instance?
For the lunch, we have 1 or 2 hours for it, so it's more longer than here.
Here it's only 20 minutes. Yeah.
And after 2 hours of classes, we have break.
Yeah.
15 minutes of break, so it is not the same function. I don't know.
The way it works, that's
Yeah.
the same way of working. And also, we have different lessons every day, whereas here they have the same 7 lessons every day. So there's kind of a rhythm which is always the same. So what do you think? Do you think, well, what would you prefer? Would you rather stick to the one we have in France with different lessons every day? Or would you move to that new rhythm with the same 7 lessons every day?
I think it's more interesting to have different lessons every day, change and thinking of other things all the week. I think it's more interesting.
Plus, I guess you have more subjects.
Yes.
And it allows more subjects in the schedule. Now, you did attend all the activities for Spirit Week last week. What did you think of it?
You're crazy.
No.
All the students and teachers. In France, we don't do that. It's more strict in France. So I don't know. I think if one day we do that, I think I will be shocked about this. So it's very different.
Yes, it's not in our culture. We don't do. If you do that, people judge you, and it's not like here. So very different.
But did you think that it was a good idea to do that? Did you see
Yes.
the point? And why? What could it bring to the school, that Spirit Week?
I think it could create links between people.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I don't know how, but I think it creates links between people. So
I don't think the fact that everybody shares the same thing, that they are dressed the same way, that they, as you've said, they don't care about the way they look, they just want to be together, that can create links, whereas we tend to look at the way people look at us and make sure that the things we do are not too silly. And I'm not saying that this is silly, by the way, but we tend to grant too much importance to the way people look at us.
and here I have the impression that everybody knows everybody and everybody are friends. So in France it's not the same. In our high school it's not the same.
Yes, I think here people not judge as we judge in France. It's
I think it's also because the sport is part of the school, so there are a lot of team sport that create that. I think the word is bonding between each other, and Spirit Week is probably a way to celebrate that bonding and have it, among all the different student members of the school, and it's give that great energy that can seem crazy, but it's also a good energy during that week.
Okay, so we have lived many good things already, and we still have many things ahead. But what are the things you've liked most so far in your stay? Staying in school, or a field trip, or maybe something else? What did you like a lot during those first 13 days?
I very like spend time with the family, discover how they live.
I think it's the most interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, Clea was talking in class this morning about how fun carving a pumpkin was, which was a great example of
we don't do that in France.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. and it's something that is taken for granted here because it's so common. You were talking also a lot about the field trip to Boston yesterday. What did you like about this field trip?
I think it's just to discover a big city that we don't have close to our city. Maybe for see, we know there is the Freedom Trail, which is very famous, and we heard a lot of people speaking about this Freedom Trail. So there is people who give us the motivation to discover things about this huge city for us.
And I heard about Salem as well.
Yes.
Did you like Salem?
No,
Why?
because I don't like.
Scary thing.
Yes,
Everything.
Okay. So,
Halloween is a difficult time for you.
it was fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the one thing that each of you will keep from this experience? It can be a memory, it can be something that you did, something that you saw, and anything. But what's the one thing that really you will keep from that experience?
Me, it's how the American, the students and the family are really nice and
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's such a difference. I mean, maybe also because we are French, and sometimes the relation between the French and the Americans have not been so good, we could think that the welcoming would be a bit different. But no, it's been very, very warm and welcoming, clearly. Yeah. What about you, Jen?
Me, I think the things will miss me the most is the family, because the family who I was with, he's very nice, and I really love them. So I think I will miss them a lot.
Yes, me too. The same. I think people here are very friendly, nice, and they just come with you and talk about, how are you? What is the difference with the friends? They ask you some question and you're happy to answer. It's very interesting. I
think it's really nice that just over not even 2 weeks, because it's the same, we've all been able to strike friendship, to strike very strong relations in very few days, and it shows that you were willing to start something, but they were willing as well to know you and to know something about France.
Yeah.
So I think that was something very interesting.
And know that in my last period today in class, several students said, where are they living? And when I said Friday, they were sad. So you did, they welcomed you, and they're going to remember you, and they're going to miss you as you're going to miss your family.
But that's the point. That's the point about that. It's to get to know people. And also to go beyond stereotypes, the things that we thought were real because of the media, and then once you're here, you can see what the reality really is, and that's the point really of an exchange, and then know people.
Yeah, and we hope they can come in France for discover the France.
For keep a link with them.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, if you can make that link last as long as possible, maybe for the rest of your lives, that would be great. I mean, there's that. We talked about that some time ago, but there's the story of one French girl who took part in an exchange like 10 years ago, and her host is getting married next year, and she will be one of the bridegrooms. So that shows that yes, with one example, you can strike very strong links and relationship with people. So that's what I hope will happen to you.
Yes.
That would be great.
Yes. So come back also.
Yes.
Come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much to the three of you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 them.